Hello everyone. So we are looking at SIC instruction set. We have already seen two classification of instructions, that is load store architecture instructions and arithmetic instructions. So in this video lecture, we will see the other instructions that comes under SIC architecture. So the first one we have COMP instruction. So COMP instruction is used to compare the value of accumulator register with some contents in a memory. So for example, if you have COMP gamma, this gamma is a memory location, is the address of a memory location. So here somewhere say in some address 4000, you have some value. Okay, so you have some value inside this memory location and there is some value in the accumulator. So suppose if the value of accumulator is 5 and the value that is contained in memory is 10. So what it will do, this operation will compare the contents of accumulator. Okay, so for comparison we write it this way, with the contents of gamma. So the contents of accumulator is compared with the contents of gamma. So there are three cases when you compare. So the value can be either equal to, right? The value can be either equal to, or it can be less than, or it can be greater than. So when you do the comparison operation, it can either be equal to, less than, or greater than. So what happens is, this COMP operation uses the register. You have a register, extra register called as status word register in your SIC architecture. So in that there are various fields. Okay, the mode bit, the mask bit, and there are various fields. This is a 24-bit register. So in that, one of the field in status word is your CC. So this CC will be set with any of these three values. So it will either be equal to, less than, or greater than, depending upon the result of this operation. So in this case, when you compare, 5 is less than 10. The contents of accumulator is less than the location. So this equal less than, okay, the value equivalent to less than will be stored in your CC flag in your status word register. Suppose if the value was say 15. If the value was 15. So in that case, the contents of accumulator is greater than the content that is stored in memory. So in that case, this will be the condition code inside the status register will be set with the value equivalent to the greater than symbol. So this is your COMP instruction. Now let us look at the conditional jump instructions that comes in SIC. So conditional jump instruction, there are three instructions. You have JLT, that is jump on less than, jump on greater than, and jump on equal to. So this is used in combination with your COMP instruction. So in COMP instruction, what happens? You compare the contents of the accumulator with the memory location, right? So let's have the contents of accumulator is say 5 again, and the content of the memory location gamma say 9. Okay. So what happens here? It is comparing the location. It is comparing the value. So the value of accumulator is compared with the value contained in the location gamma. So in this case, the value 5 is less than 9. So since it is less than 9, the condition equation that they have given is jump on less than. If it is less than, jump to the location, which is jump to the address which is given by the label LOC. So LOC points to this instruction. LOC points to this instruction. So if the condition is true, jump. If the condition is not true, it will not jump. Instead, it will execute the next instruction which is written after JLT. Say for example, if the value was 15, in that case 15 is not less than 9. So jump on less than will not give you a true value. Hence it will not jump to the location that points to LOC. So how will you, again, here also what happens is, this compare will set the status word register, right? Status word register, CC value will be set with equal to, less than, or greater than. So what jump on less than or jump on greater than, whatever may be the instruction, it will check the value of CC in the status word. And then since it is less than, it will check if the value that is stored in CC is equivalent to the less than symbol. Only if it is less than symbol, it will jump. Else, it will not jump. Okay. So this is how the status word is used for compare and JLT instruction. So I hope this is clear. Next we have the next category of instruction where we have jump routine linkage. Jump routine linkage is your to jump to a particular subroutine. Sorry, it's not jump routine. It's subroutine. Okay, subroutine linkage. So for subroutine linkage, we have J sub instruction and R sub instruction. So let's see how these two instructions work. So this is a code, a simple code snippet that is given. You have say add instruction, add A. Then you have this jump to subroutine B, where B is your location given here. Then immediately after this instruction, you have MULC. Then at this location B, you have subtract D, and then this is your subroutine. Okay, so this is your subroutine. After that, it says return. This is return subroutine. So jump to subroutine and then return from subroutine. Those are the return from subroutine. Those are the two instructions that comes under subroutines. So now let's see how what happens when this is being loaded to memory. Let's assume that these instructions are being loaded to memory in the following addresses. Okay, in the following addresses. Say add goes to address 1000. So since you already know that the length of an instruction in SIC is 3 bytes. So automatically the next instruction will be loaded at the address 1003. And then the next instruction is J sub, that gets loaded into 1003. After that, the next instruction is multiply C, that gets loaded into 1006. And then you have some instructions followed by the address B. So B points to the address to 2000. Okay, so this is your B location, which contains a subtract instruction. So I hope how this instructions is being loaded is clear. So now what happens, let's try to understand. Here initially add instruction, okay, program counter points to the address of the instruction which is being executed. So PC initially contains 1000, and then when this instruction is being executed, PC will be updated with 1003. And then when J sub instruction is being executed, PC will be updated with the address 1006. Now PC contains the address 1006. So what happens? This is jump to subroutine. Okay, jump to the subroutine B. That's what it says. There is no condition or anything. Directly you are asking, you are telling that you jump to this location B. So what happens? Now PC should be loaded with the address 2000. In order to execute, in order to jump to this location, PC should be loaded. In order to jump to this location, PC should be loaded with the address 2000. But before that, what you need to do is, before you update the value of PC, store the value of PC into your linkage register. So this is the role of your linkage register. In subroutine linkage, you make use of linkage register. So in linkage register, the address of PC will be stored. So this is the return address. Okay. When I come back from subroutine, the instruction MUL should be executed. So this is the return address. Return address is getting stored to linkage register, and then after that PC will be updated. PC will be updated with the address 2000. PC will be updated with the address 2000. So what you have to do, initially load the content of PC. Okay, load the content of PC to linkage register, and then update PC. Update PC with the address of subroutine. New address. The address of subroutine. These are the two steps that will happen. And then what happens? PC now contains the address, new address, which is 2000. So it will go to this location 2000, and the instruction in the subroutine will be executed. And after execution of the instructions in the subroutine, you have the statement return sub. So now the linkage register contains the address 1006, right? PC will be somewhere this address, say 2013, if that is the address currently when this instruction is being executed. So now what happens after this instruction return to subroutine, you have to update PC with the new address. So what should be the address of PC? The address of PC should be this multiply C instruction. So from where can you get that multiply C instruction? The address 1006 is there in linkage register. So the value from linkage register can be updated to PC. So what happens? The value from linkage register will be updated to PC. The value will be taken from linkage register, and PC will be loaded with the new value, that is address 1006. Okay, so this is how subroutine linkage happens with the help of program counter and linkage register. Now finally we have one more classification of instruction, which is your IO instructions. So under IO instruction you have three operations coming: TD, RD and WD. So TD is your test device. Okay, so it will test the value. It will test the value of a corresponding device. and it will check if the device is free. So if the device is free, then this will return you either it will return you less than or equal to. Okay, TD will either return you less than or equal to. Less than means the device is free or the device is ready. Equal to means the device is not ready. So what happens? It will test, and then again your condition will be checked. If jump on equal to, if the value that is being set in the status word is less than, that means the device is ready. The device is ready. If it is less than or equal, jump on equal to, not less than. If the condition is equal to, that means the device is ready. Suppose if the device is not ready, then it will be set with less than. So jump on equal to, it is not equal to. Only if it is equal to, you have to jump to the location. I will repeat once again. I just messed up here. So what happens? I'll come once again. You have the test TD operation happening. So TD, it will test the device DEV. If the device is ready, then it will be set with less than. If the device is not ready, it will be set with equal to. So it will check if the value in the status word is equal to. If it is equal to means what? The device is not ready. So you will again keep on check this operation. Again you will keep on check the device. So when the device gets ready, the status word will be set with less than. So this condition will go false, and then it will go to the next instruction. So it can either read 1 byte of data, or it can you can have a read data or the write data operation happening. So read data means it will read 1 byte from this device. So if you have WD, it will write 1 byte to the device which is mentioned here. Okay, so this is an overall idea about all the instructions that comes in SIC. Thank you.